In my opinion, anyone can be president. And all the people who have been president of Kenya are people who were thought to have no chance. Jomo Kenyatta, our founding president, was so old, many people thought he'd die when he was imprisoned. He survived, he became president for 15 years. Daniel Arap Moi was seen as a stopgap measure, while the Kiambu Mafia was deciding who would take over from Kenyatta. He served for 24 years. Mwai Kibaki lost twice, was considered a has-been. He served for 10 years. Uhuru Kenyatta had the ICC on his back. Nobody thought he was even going to be allowed to run. He has served for 5 years. So if you bear in mind that history, RAILA can be president, Wetangula can be president, Ruto can be president, and even Kalonzo has a pretty good chance of being president at some point. So don't write off anyone, it's far too early. Well, it depends on whether they can take their grassroots supporters with them, and that's never obvious. In 2007, we had a sitting vice president, Honorable Muga Awori, very popular in the country, but he was on the wrong side of his grassroots supporters. He lost his seat and has never been seen since. Mudavadi has had the same experience. In 2002, he was running mate with Uhuru Kenyatta. He lost his seat. So you can't be sure if you'll take your grassroots with you. You have to bear that in mind when you're shelving your ambitions. If they will listen to you and support someone else, then that's okay. But if you lose them, then you're better off running even if you lose, because then you keep your support and you maintain your relevance. It could be, but also it may not be. Like, no one really expected that there could be a coalition between the Rift Valley and Mount Kenya. After all the bitterness of 2007, they managed to find a way to unite. What about RAILA and Kalonzo? They were the bitterest enemies after 2007. RAILA's people said if Kalonzo hadn't gone away with those 800,000 votes, there could have been no doubt who the winner was. So there have been many cases where we think there are permanent breakups in certain coalitions, and then a new coalition forms, or a new group finds that they have a lot in common and they can work together. I won't be surprised. As I said earlier, it's still early. 6 months to the election, it's very hard to make new coalitions. But now, well over a year, there's plenty of room for groups to form, and I wouldn't be surprised if CORD finds a way to work together, because they've been together all this time. They may remain together.